Alright, so there's a handful of primitive builders on YouTube, and I'm definitely not one of them. But tonight, I'm going to be left with no choice but to build my own shelter and stay overnight in it. We only have like about 4 hours of daylight left, so this can be a bit of a challenge, but I think we can get it done. Let's get to building a shelter. Alright, so first thing I need to do is to look for a location to build this shelter. So this whole area happens to be mowed out, which is good for building. And there's a little area out there I could build at, but it's a little sketchy out there. Maybe over around here. But the spot I was thinking, it's probably about right here. It's a pretty decent sized space. All right, so I think the location behind me is gonna be a pretty good area for what I'm gonna be building. It has plenty of space. Since my time is limited, I'm gonna be using this Sawzall to make the jobs go by faster so I can cut down more. And it'll be more efficient anyways. All right, so I've changed over to this machete because that Sawzall just wasn't cutting it, if you know what I mean. Now it's time to get some serious work done. Time to use some manpower. Hope that I don't cut myself. About on time. All right, so this is all the wood that I have behind me. This is all the wood I've gathered so far. It doesn't look like much, but I'm gonna be cutting most of it in half, so it's like double the amount it looks like. I'm gonna see what I can build with what I have so far. I think I can actually start the frame itself. All right, all the wood has got moved to the spot, as you can see. All right, so I was going for a frame shaped shelter, so that's the simplest one to build. And I am just staying in it one night, so it doesn't have to be super strong. But I am gonna have to tie it together here so it doesn't slide out or anything. And probably hammer these into the ground further so it's a little more stable than just that. That definitely only took like 2 hits. All right, so I got a hammer and some string. I'm using this to tie it together, and I'm gonna use this so I can hammer them into the ground so they're more sturdy. Bro, I can't hit. It's probably pretty. All right, so I have the string, and now I'm gonna try and cut it here. Ooh, cut it like butter. All right, so I have the 2 A-frames built. Now I'm just gonna set this across the top. And from here on out, all we have to do really, oh, that's pretty dirty. All I have to do now is just put the walls up, and this thing's close to finish. All right, so this is a little smaller than expected, but I'm just gonna be sleeping here. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. I'm just gonna go back out to the woods over there and gather more materials. All right, so I'm gonna work on the framing, aka the skeleton, a little bit more. I only need like a couple more sticks or branches, and then we can start working on the insulation for this bad boy. All right, we'll have about like 40 minutes of daylight left until it's nighttime, so we gotta get this build on the move. All right, so the framing, which you can kind of see, is basically done now. I'm just gonna be putting some branches and palm fronds, as you can see right there, all around this, so it insulates it pretty well. All right, so as you can see, this side's almost finished. It just needs like a couple more spots covered, but starting to look pretty good. This the other side, it's not quite as complete as the other side, but it's a work in progress. All right, so I'm putting some palmettos on the ground, But this is kind of what it looks like from the inside. All right, so as you can see, we got both the sides finished up and the back. And I guess we're going to have to make a makeshift door out of palm fronds. All right, so it's looking pretty darn good. If I do say so myself, it blends in well with its surroundings. Now I'm just going to come back to you guys when it's nighttime. All right, guys, so I'm back out here. It's nighttime, as you can see, and it's getting pretty close to bedtime. But I just want to see if the fort's still standing. I've left it for a few hours, so hopefully... Oh, it's all right. It's still there. It's pretty darn good. It's pretty solid, if I do say so myself. Here's the grand tour of the inside. Well, since we're in here now, you guys can see everything. Here it is in all her glory. So I'm about to set up camp here when I start getting tired. All right, so before I go to bed, I'm probably gonna start a fire just for some warmth and some better lighting. All right, so I'm gonna try to get a little fire going over here. That's what I have so far. It's not the prettiest, but as long as it gets a fire started and I can build it up decent sized, then I'll be good. So we got the fire started. Now I just need to keep it lit for a little while and put some bigger logs in there so I don't have to maintain it as much. All right, so got a fire going. Hopefully I can keep it going for a little while. It's burning pretty fast. There's the fort in the background, or the shelter. All right, so as you can see, I'm sitting inside of it, and you can kind of see how big it is. It's not the most spacious place ever, but I'm just gonna be staying in it for one night, so I think it'll do the job. Oh. So I could just sleep on the ground, but if I don't have to, why would I? I have this like fold out chair thingy. I don't know what it is, but it's big enough for me. So I'm just gonna put this in there, lay this on top of it, and hopefully it'll be good enough. All right, guys, so I'm probably gonna go to bed now. All right, so as you guys can probably clearly see, I am in here now. And I got the GoPro rolling so you guys can see the footage of me throughout the whole night. And hopefully I can get some good sleep. And I think now it's just time to catch some Z's. See you guys in the morning. As you can see, I was laying down here and I was pretty restless because I was kind of nervous of what might be lying in the woods. But something unexpected happened during the night, and you'll have to wait until morning to figure it out. As you can see, I'm in the shelter still, and it's morning time. But I have some bad news to break to you guys. All right, so I'm gonna have to come clean to you guys about something. I did not stay overnight in this shelter. I left around 12:30 a.m. and that's because I heard a lot of rustling in the woods. I think it might have been a giant squirrel or something, but it really spooked me, and I wasn't able to complete the video, which I really didn't want to have to. I really didn't want to leave. I was planning on staying all overnight in this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyways, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Apex and out.